Different Brake Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan, and today we're doing a walk around video on this 2016 RAV4 GX. Now it is a Toyota, obviously I don't need to mention that to you, but you can see that logo right in the middle of the vehicle. And what we'll do is run through the condition of the car as well as some of the features that you get in this particular model. Now, as I pointed out before, Toyota badging located right in the middle. The car pretty much situates itself so that everything points towards that Toyota badging. Nice long curves and design in this new concept Toyota design. Beautiful headlights, daytime running lamps across the top, and also those projector globes and indicator lamps fitted into that headlight system. But front end condition seems to be pretty good. Can't really see any damage, maybe a few minor stone chips that have been touched up quite neatly. I gotta say, you can't really notice it unless you're being super picky, but front end condition's pretty good. Now, coming across the side, being the GX, you do get these standard steel rims. They present in good condition, don't seem like they have any damage on them at all, and you've got lots of tread remaining on those Bridgestone tires. Now, as we come across the side, the car does come with color matched side mirrors and door handles, so in that nice white color, blends in very beautifully, and you've got that indicator lamp fitted into the side mirror that's going to elevate the lamp and also clear up the quarter panel. Under cover of that side mirror is a plastic, just so nothing expensive gets damaged. Now, you do get two keys in the vehicle, and as you can see, just looking at the glass, it actually has been tinted as well, so that's going to save you a little money down the line. And we always encourage people to tint their vehicles. Now, having a look inside the car, excuse the plastic as the car just got detailed, but if I pull that off, you can see very clean seats, very good condition, no damage on those. If you want to be super particular, maybe a slight little folding in the fabric here, but other than that, the seats are in very good nick. And you've got this really cool carpet mats. Now, they are not a rubber and they're not really a fabric. Quite a unique kind of material, but those are very clean, very nice. They hold their shape pretty well, and they will actually clip into the floor for you. Now, fuel release cap is also located down here in a small little lever. Inside of the door trim is also in pretty good condition. You can see there's no real significant damage, a few minor marks on the paint, but other than that, nothing to be too concerned about. Driver's side door also presents in good nick, doesn't seem like it's been kicked around or damaged. Now, the door goes all the way through to the bottom of the vehicle, as you can see. Now, benefit of that is it's going to actually keep this part of the car nice and clean, so when you get in and out of the car, you're not actually going to be picking up any dirt. Coming across taking a look at that second rim, now that also doesn't seem to have gotten any damage. Steel rims generally don't sustain a lot of damage on them, so they present in good condition and great tread on those tires around on the back. Coming across to the tailgate of the vehicle, now this car does come with reverse parking sensors, which are actually mounted at the bottom on the plastic, and they are color matched to the vehicle, so they actually blend in quite nicely. Got all your reflectors at the bottom, beautiful brake lights, and that high mounted brake light for that extra visibility when you brake, just mounted under that roof spoiler. There is a rear wiper and washer and a reverse camera, which is situated just under the Toyota badging. Now, to open up the boot, there is a little button. Press that button, boot's going to open up quite easily. It is on very nice gas struts. Boot lining is actually very clean. There is a cargo liner in here, cargo blind, sorry. And there is also a netting if you did want to add a separator to the actual boot, or like a catch kind of system, so you can have kind of two layers to your boot. Just hook them up into one of these spots and you'll have kind of enough room to store anything on top as well as underneath. I think that's actually a pretty unique design because you don't really see that in a lot of vehicles. And if I lift up the base, underneath is your full-size spare wheel. Doesn't seem like it's been used, which is a good sign. Still has all the little spiky bits on there, and all your jacking tools to actually jack the car up and change over your tires. And you can actually lock and unlock the base so it's not really fumbling around and moving around. And at the back there is another storage compartment if you wanted to stash anything at the back. Now, there are tether points behind those middle row seats. Closing up the boot, now paintwork around the car is pretty good. Like, you can't really see any marks or damage on it, and I'm trying my best to point it out and be super picky for you. Fuel filler cap is on the passenger side of the car, being the safe side, so you don't have to be in the way of any oncoming traffic when you get out of the vehicle. These third rims are also in good condition. Doesn't look like it's got any damage on them. Lots of tread on those tires. Paintwork on this side is very good. Maybe if I want to be super picky, a very tiny scuff just on the door handle there, probably been opened into something, but not actually damaged or indented. And that third rim, again, no marks on there whatsoever. So we've got 4 rims in excellent condition, great tread on the tires. No, I think that's just something else, but you got a really clean RAV4 over here, and you can just see how nicely it actually presents. So what we're going to do is pop the hood and take a look inside. Taking a look inside the engine bay, now what we have here is Toyota's 4-cylinder 2.5 litre petrol motor. Now the car does come fitted with a 6-speed automatic gearbox, a really nice amount of gears to actually shift through, means you get a smoother drive and also plenty of power when you actually need it. Now this car has a 5-star ANCAP rating with 7 airbags, so lots of safety for the passengers in the vehicle. This little motor produces 132 kilowatts with 233 newton meters of torque, so again, lots of torque and power for any payload needs. This car has a 60 litre capacity fuel tank and it runs on your regular 91. Now it does have a combined fuel consumption of 8.5 litres per 100, or an average fuel distance of about 706 kilometers off a full tank, all dependent on how you drive and how much weight you're carrying around. Now, taking a look inside the RAV4, now I've got to say, pretty standard interior. We'll run through what is actually included in here. So on the driver's side door, do get automatic window, both up and down. The rest are just your standard power windows. Above that is central locking and a window lock control as well. On the right hand side of the dash is your side mirror toggles, so you can adjust them as you wish. Down behind here near the key is actually your downhill descend button, probably a slightly weird location for it, but it is located there. So if you are using your cruise control a lot, that will be a handy button to have. Now on the steering column, on the right hand stalk is your left and right indicator with fog lamp controls and headlight controls, and your left hand side has your wiper and washers for both front and rear. Steering wheel is in very good condition, doesn't look to be damaged or really have any significant marks apart from this one little scratch going down the middle of the plastic. Nothing really major though. On the right hand side it has your call and reject, and a little display button, which is actually for the little display in your dash there. That's going to give you a trip A, trip B fuel consumption. Left hand side has your media controls, so volume, seek for the head unit, and also mode and mute system for that as well, control, sorry, for that. Down underneath is your cruise control settings as per all Toyotas. Now coming over to the little entertainment system in the middle here, actually just before we go there, down in the middle is your 4-wheel drive lock or your all-wheel drive lock system. So you'll press that to make sure you engage all 4 wheels. Coming over to the entertainment system now, up the top there's a little display that has your seatbelt indicators, a clock, and also just sensors or sonars for your parking sensor. You can turn them on and off and the indicator will show you if it's active. Hazards are located at the top there. There is a little air vent on the top here as well, which is actually a little bit different to your traditional air vents. A nice touchscreen head unit. Now currently it is in the Bluetooth mode, so it is touchscreen. You can just use whatever system you want. If I go car, that is going to give you car information, so average speed, time of driving, fuel efficiency, etc. Or you can go to your standard audio setup, which will, if I press, there you go, it has AM, FM radio and Bluetooth connectivity. Down below that is your vents modes, your fan speed and your temperature thing here. And they're all in really nice dials. You just twist it to select whichever option you want. Now below that is a 12-volt socket, a USB and auxiliary input for your music or your charging, an eco mode and a sports mode button, as well as an additional 12-volt socket located underneath. So depending on what you what kind of whether you need additional charging devices, it has 2 ports for it. There's also a little storage here, actually quite a few little storage compartments, and a cup holder here which is spring loaded as well. Now the gear shifter is quite a nice gear shifter. It is leather on the top, and if you put it into reverse, that's going to pull up the reverse camera, and you can see the rear bar there at the bottom. Hopefully the camera can pick it up quite clearly, and you've got guiding lines to direct you as well. If I bring it down into drive and flick it to the right, that will engage the sports shift system, so I can kind of control the gears manually myself if you wanted a little bit of extra control over the vehicle, or just leave it in drive. The car's going to do it just fine. Another bigger cup holder here, and also a manual handbrake, and you've got this nice armrest, and if I lift that up, there are 2 compartments, a shelving compartment here, and then underneath that is a deeper storage compartment for any additional things that you might be keeping in the vehicle. I'll get the camera person just to pan around the interior, show you what's actually in the car. There is a 12-volt socket underneath, and you still have those really cool copper mats to the back of the car. They're almost like a steel woven kind of material. They are quite flexible, yet hold their shape quite well. Back seats are also in very good nick, ISOFIX points and tether points located on the back of the seats, and 2 square cup holders for your square cups, and just the interior condition is really good. So what we're going to do now is actually jump outside and wrap up the video. Watching the walk around video on this 2016 Toyota RAV4 GX in this beautiful glacier white. Now, if you do have any additional questions in regards to the vehicle, the number to dial is 99070555. But just before I go, this car actually qualifies for our premium mechanical protection plan. What that will offer you is 5 years additional protection on 181 electrical and mechanical components of the vehicle, and that is going to cover you up to 200,000 kilometers after your new car warranty has expired. So there is great value in this, and it will also come with the added benefit of 10 years platinum roadside assistance nationwide. So if you plan on keeping this car for a while, doing a bit of driving, make sure you ask us about this. With that, another thing I would highly recommend is you talk to us about our glass coat and tinting packages. Considering how nice this white paint, you might think, yeah, it's just a standard white, but it is actually a unique paint code, unique to Toyotas, and you want to protect it and preserve it and keep it looking this good. So make sure you ask us about that protection, because that is going to give you a lifetime warranty on this paint work. It's going to protect it from bird droppings, bat droppings, oxidization, fading, rusting, all those nasty things that can really contaminate the paint. In addition to that, we will package that in with some beautiful window tint. Although this does seem to have some tint on there, we can either make it a slightly darker tinting, or you can just remove that out and opt for the protection. Now, these two things are at an additional cost. However, if you're using our in-house finance, we'd love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just how minimal these will affect your repayments. Now, lastly, but most importantly, make sure you jump on Google, search up Berwick Mitsubishi, and see what people have to say about us. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people and the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching.